guys?
You're comfortable with it, yeah?
Okay, I was on a stage with the Coca-Cola 3 weeks ago in Amsterdam, and it was clear. The reason is that they can't do the commitment by 2025, 50% recycle and so on, without chemical recycling, because there is no material available in the world. Done.
So
and then clients are plenty.
What kind of commitments do they give you?
No, the commitments they give in front of the consumers. Coca-Cola, Nestle, Danone, they said more or less by 2030 we want 100% recycled material on the market. Yeah, but
so are they going to help you to set up these plants?
Yes, they have a big influence. They can. They have to use polymer to produce the bottles, and then they influence the entire value chain, because they can say to their producer, you have to buy this polymer. And then the client of them going to buy a plant.
Okay,
it's quite complicated.
My question, because you have Logoplast there. Logoplast is one of the pet producing for Coca-Cola and Nestle. So I was wondering how if you have addressed Logoplast, because I saw Logoplast also there on the
Logoplast is also one of our closer, not say clients, because we don't sign a contract for buying, but we are really working closer. They are one on the line. Okay. I can't go on specific, sorry guys, but some.
Okay, so what keeps you awake at night? So what are your kind of 3 obstacles to make this vision happen? So what are the challenges? What keeps you awake at night?
We got a lot of challenge to face, because we got to develop the technology. We got to pass from a microwave in the lab to a proof of concept, then in an industrial way, then an industrial reactor. We got a technical issue to face. And I'm not saying that we are now fine, but because we are still in development, but we are good placed, I'm saying. Unfortunately, it's a race, then there are other competitors around. But
that's only good.
I know, exactly.
Keeps you busy.
And there's plenty of material too, then it's fine. 80 million tons.
Any more questions from the panel? No. Okay, Maurizio from Green, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, if I could call up please the 3rd finalist for the Tech for Society category, Affinity from Poland. The floor is yours. Where are you? He's here. Here we go. Your slides are ready. There you go. Green forward, red back, laser there. And 3 minutes are coming. You'll see your 3 minutes here in a second.
Thank you so much. Okay, great. Hello. I would like to ask you to imagine that you are entering a conference center like this for the first time. And you are trying to locate a small conference room. And you are visually impaired. Exactly. It's not that easy. And, one moment. And there are 285 million people like this all over the world, struggling with the issue like this. And what about if they would be able to hear a contextual information directly from their mobile phone, a message like this one?
There is a reception desk on your right. Proceed 50 meters straight ahead and you will reach a lift. Conference room is on the 1st floor.
Exactly. It's much easier to navigate like this. And how it's possible? So our system works both outdoors and indoors. Outdoors, it's pretty easy because we can get user position thanks to the GPS positioning system. But indoors, we are using our own small satellites. Those are very small, very cheap sensors that we need to deploy in each venue. And thanks to those sensors, we are able to calculate user position on the mobile phone and then generate a message like this. So we founded our company, me and my business partner Adam, 4 years ago. Since this time we received few rewards, one of them from Ministry of Economy in Poland. Adam is a brilliant designer with more than 25 years of experience in business, and I'm responsible for IT and all processes in the company, also for delivering the product to the end customers, its stability and security. And I have more than 15 years of experience in this as well. We are selling our product to venue owners, to public and government institutions. And so far we have 5 major deployments, one of them in the metro station in Warsaw, one of them in a conference center like this one, and one of them will be available very soon in 2019 in huge campus in Warsaw. We do believe that technology like this can improve the quality of life, but to do so, it has to be deployed on a large scale. And this is our goal for now, and this will be our goal for the future. Thank you so much.
Thank you. You still got 24 seconds. Well done, right? No, it's good, it's good. Okay, all right. Jury, questions for you for Ifinity.
I wanted to keep it
Ifinity.
Okay, hey. So, what is the, how many of sensors you need to sell for a location of this, you know, what is the radar and what is the price point? I mean, how many, and then do you provide with the software as well,
Yes.
you know, to monitor these things and, you know,
Yes.
how does it work in practice and what does it
Okay,
cost?
great question. So, the price of a sensor like this is around $6 to $10, depending on the quantity we are ordering from China. But also the installation is not that complicated, and the configuration part. So we are able to make the installation in a metro station, for example, for around $100,000. And then we are providing maintenance, or we are able to give all necessary instructions to the team that will be responsible for the maintenance.
So, a size of this room, how many sensors do you need?
I think that we should have only 10 sensors here. Depends on the information, how we would like to create for the users. Sometimes only 3 sensors would be enough.
Your sensor is based on iBeacon technology?
Yes, this is iBeacon technology is not necessary here. The Bluetooth Low Energy itself, it's crucial here. So we are receiving the information from this sensor, its name and the strength of the signal. And then we are able to calculate user position.
And then if you have like a center like this, then for each event you need to sort of modify this, or is it just like once it's installed, it's in use?
So we do provide, our system consists of mobile applications, obviously. So you can hear this information from mobile application you can download on your phone. But also we are providing a contextual management platform. So you can just log in and you can modify anything that is necessary. Like for example, if you place another wall, which is very, very common in a conference center, you can just draw a line on the map, and it's that easy.
And this is done by the clients, actually the ones that
they can do this themselves. Actually, in all of the deployments that we did, they are modifying this themselves.
And how are you charging them? Do they just pay per installation, or then it's...
So we are still very young and small company, so we are experimenting with price. But usually it's a maintenance fee, so they are paying 5 or 10% of the total amount of they paid at the beginning.
Is this your main product, or do you also have other products?
This is our main product. So obviously you can see that this technology has great potential. You might be lost on a parking lot and you are trying to find your car, for example, or you're lost in a shopping center, you're trying to find your friend. Yes, so this technology might be used in various use cases, but we decided that we are going to focus on visually impaired people because it might bring the biggest value for them.
Any more questions from the jury?
Maybe one last one. What about like audio tours in museums?
This is one of the use cases that might be possible thanks to this technology.
And do you have some kind of an IP here? I mean, like, so far, we've been trying to do the indoor positioning for a decade or 15 years. So I mean, like, of course, the target group is, the user group is very important, and but like, I'm trying to understand where's the catch, but maybe my colleagues here in the jury have got it better. So, do you have some IP? I think these are quite mature technologies per se.
We've been trying to protect our IP, but it wasn't that easy. So at this point, we don't have one.
I mean, no offense.
So
it's beauty that existing technology is being used. That only creates value, unless then the technology is worth nothing.
Any more questions? Or okay.
Perfect. Thank you.
Round of applause, please, for Ifinity from Poland. Thank you. And now, for the fourth finalist of this category, Tech for Society, could I have the University of Iceland to the stage? The floor is yours. Pointer there.
And it works.
Green for and it,
How do I go forward?
forward on the green.
Okay.
Yeah, and it works. And red on the back. Red to go back, and a laser if you need it there.
Okay.
And your countdown straight over.
Okay. So, jury experts, audience. Hello, my name is Rúnar Inþórsson. I'm a professor in engineering at the University of Iceland. And I was the coordinator of the Sound of Vision project, which was funded by the Horizon 2020 program. The Sound of Vision team consists of highly skilled experts with experience and knowledge in e-health technology. And we have really strong relationship with the end users, the blind and the impaired, visually impaired. Blind people, yeah, sorry. So blind people have limited ability to move around, which can lead to sedentary lifestyle, and it can also lead to worse conditions, for example, social exclusion. The number one mobility aid today is the white cane, despite all the high tech that we have. The white cane is simple, it's robust, it's reliable, but it's very limited. It can only detect objects that it touches, meaning it will not detect objects at head height, and it will only detect objects maybe at 1 meter in front of the user. Sound of Vision system allows the user to see further, see higher. What makes it unique is not one feature, but many features. It's a combination of many features. It's a complete package for navigating. What it basically does is that we have headgear with 3D cameras that scan the environment, process the data, and deliver the data through the user through 3D audio and vibrations on the torso. Using the system, the user can explore unknown environments independently and with confidence. It's a standalone system, does not need any preparations in the environment. The system, you can see a fully functional prototype of the system, but we aim for more ergonomic system. We aim for fashionable device and better wearability. Our initial market aim will be selected European countries. And the European market is around 30 million persons. It's growing, we're aging. And we aim for a direct sales strategy in line with the healthcare and insurance policies of the targeted market. And we will have a minimum viable product within the first year, and we estimate to have a revenue of 900,000 the first year, and then the second year around 1 to 1.3 million euros. We are looking for investors. We are looking for the right investors. We need investors to help us. 3 seconds? We need investors for help us develop the technology, to help us with the business, and also with the product design. We will have a minimum viable product in the first year, but we will continue to develop the first system. So our vision is to bring Sound of Visions to the people. We hope that you share our vision, and if you're interested to join us, feel free to contact us. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Jury, questions? The floor is yours.
I mean, I saw your revenue predictions and but I didn't remember the numbers anymore. I was just counting the price point. So what was your estimate that one Sound of Vision equipment would cost?
Well, what we did was estimate with off-the-shelf equipment. I mean, if you go and manufacture many items, you of course get much better prices. And so we had, like, selling one unit could be around 4,000 euros. But we expect to have better prices, of course.
Yes, of course. Yeah. I mean, like, just to get a ballpark.
And that's for the all hardware, you know, the belt, for the...
Yeah, for the whole system. But there is more. Like I said, there is a virtual environment. We have a training environment. So there is a spin-off there. We can have entertainment system. So we can navigate in 3D in real world. We can also navigate in 3D in the virtual world. And of course, then we have entertainment, which is, for us, we were planning of having service fees and gaming fee, just like the gaming market is doing.
Any more questions from the jury?
So you actually are planning to do the whole production and everything on your own? Or the production of devices, you're saying that you're looking for investors, but do you plan to do the hardware manufacturing as well, or is this done through partners?
So I'm not getting...
Who is producing these devices
Oh,
then?
that would be a company that's still yet to be founded.
Okay.
We just recently finished this project, so...
And it was tested already on...
What?
Well, so you've tested it, and does it need any kind of certifications to be done? Or?
Well, it's a mobility aid, so it's not a medical device. So we don't need the medical certifications.
Not the medical, but you still need to certify it somewhere, I guess.
Yeah. No, we haven't done that, no. And we haven't, right, like I said, we haven't fully developed the technology. We've solved the problem. We can have, people are using it. We spent over 1,000 hours of training and testing with users.
That's what I'm asking. How many users you've had?
45 visually impaired persons, but we used also sighted persons, just blindfolded them.
Yeah, okay.
And what are the results for your first users? Are they still using it?
No, those are prototypes. They're ours. Because they are prototypes, they have to be carefully handled. I mean, wires get loose and so on. Yeah.
Okay. How many of them do you think will buy it as soon as you have it?
I would probably most of them, because it's actually, it's helping them. Like I said, you will see further. You see, with the system, you see 5 meters away from you, and you see obstacles at head height.
And how does it work with like a sonar sound? If they come close to an object, it starts beeping faster and vibrating, or?
We develop many types of encoding, so the user can actually select what they want, and it's so individualized. One person likes this, another person likes totally different things.
The idea is it starts beeping when you get close, like a car,
we have warning
car
signs.
parking.
Yeah, we can detect doors, we can detect holes in the ground, stairs up, going down.
Okay.
Yeah, and we, of course, with more time, we would be able to detect much more.
Cool, thank you.
Any more questions from the jury? Yeah.
No, just I like the Sound of Vision. I like it.
Okay, very good. University of Iceland, thank you very much. Well done. Okay, that concludes the Tech for Society category, and now we move to the final category, Industrial and Enabling Technology. And the first finalist who's going to pitch is Glass Up. Glass Up, the floor is yours.
So, hello everyone. My name is Francesco Rartosio. I'm the founder and CEO of GlassUp, and we are a team of 15 people out of Modena. We are growing quickly. We are hiring a new person every 2 months approximately. And what we do is what you see here. It is glasses for industrial users. Augmented reality glasses, basically they display information to the user. We are selling them currently to the factories, and And they're using them mainly for remote assistance. This means that you can imagine a worker unskilled in another part of the world that needs to repair a machine that he doesn't know, and he wears the glasses, and in this moment you can see what the problem is, you can see what he's doing, you can talk with him, send him information, you can even take a snapshot and send it back with some notes. And this way the repair is easy peasy, is very quick and cheap and safe. So there is a lot of interest. Where did it? Green, but the big one. Okay. Yes. Lovely. And so the market is growing crazily, and so for the once we are in the right place at the right time, there are bigger competitors and small competitors. There is even Google, Sony, Microsoft, so they are very big. But apparently we are competitive. We have run 50 pilots with very important industrial companies, and they have indicated what we need to change, basically. And so we are preparing a revised version that will be out in April next year, so in 5 months, and this will be what will include every request that has been arrived, and so we have big expectations, and we are really excited, and everyone is waiting for it. So this is perhaps the most important slide. Is now that we have realized this platform, we want also to sell it in a different way. We want to sell it, the component, the optoelectronics, the augmented reality component, to the manufacturers of helmets. And in this case, the business model is different. They will sell the helmets, and it will be more easy to us. The other thing I want to say is that we expect to have both a small piece of a big market, but also 100% of a niche that is not a very small niche. It is worth 15% of the whole market. That is the thermal camera niche. And in order to do this, we are seeking money, and so that is what I'm doing now, running after potential investors, and that is about it. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Jury, over to you.
So your primary clients, or that you're targeting, actually are the helmet producers, and
Sorry?
are your primary customers are the helmet producers, or?
Our primary customer in this moment, they are the companies that produce machinery, because they sell together with a machinery that costs 200,000 euros, a glass that costs 2,000 euros, and that is yeah.
Like a toolbox together with the machine.
No, yeah, well, actually, what I want to add also is that when I say helmets, these are helmets for factories, but also helmets for cyclists to see if a car is coming from behind, helmets for pilots, so different kind of helmets.
Regarding the remote assistance, you say it's a big market and you have a small share, but it's because there are many competitors, or because you're just a new player and so you don't have traction? So are there many competitors in this remote assistance?
Yeah, these are the competitors in the industrial. So here I'm not including people doing glasses for gaming or things like that. So these are competitors only in the industrial sector, and the use case that is most requested for the customers, to us and to our competitors, is the remote assistance. But they ask also for training, for instructions during the manufacturing, and a number of things. Yeah.
And what makes yours better than the rest?
Yeah, I think that we have small advantages and disadvantages. Ours are more rugged, are more simple, are more cheap, and they are more flexible. But it depends also from which ones you look at. For instance, Google and Woozix have a optical system on one side that people don't like. Epson Video, as you can see, they have the biggest part of the market, and they have a good optical system, but their electronics and software are not very flexible. So it is very difficult for customers to have personalized applications. So in fact, what is useful for us in this moment, although it is not scalable, is that oftentimes the customers ask for dedicated applications and Microsoft would not answer, Google would not answer. So we can help them, we can make changes to a product more quickly. But obviously when it's time to scale, this will not apply. In fact, for the distribution, we are relying very much with the software houses, and the software houses want to earn money by selling personalized applications, and other times, for instance, Cisco wants us to help them to sell their Spark platform. So there are these kind of partnerships that are advantages for us and for them, basically.
And you had a previous model out in the market?
We have in the market in this moment this model, but they have asked the most important thing, for instance, is to go from Linux to Android. It was a mistake, apparently, and so this is the biggest change. And then a number of small things, for instance.
And how many units of the previous model do you
we
have?
We have sold about 100, and we have made 50 pilots, yeah.
Okay. And are you continuing to sell the old one?
We are selling them only to people, to customers who don't need their changes, basically. So if they can use them as they are, we are selling them to us so that we empty the inventory. But
do you have a good pipeline for the new product once you have Android incorporated? Are there people waiting for this to launch?
They're waiting, both the final customers and the distributors. We are making partnerships for international distribution with some distributors. Obviously, the first country we will want to go to is Germany, and then expand. And also we have partnerships with the software houses and with, for instance, Telecom Italia, RS Components, Aero. So these are kind of companies that we want to work together with.
Okay, but 100 is not that many.
No, 100 is not. I mean, it's basically.
Do you think there will be one customer who wants to get like a few thousand of them? Is there already some initial?
Yeah. It will not be massive sales, I have to say. So it is not a consumer product. So I think that we will sell. Depending on if we are late on the April deadline or not, but I think we will sell sort of 500 units next year, 1,000 units the year after, so it will grow slowly. It is not a massive product. Where the helmet for cyclists instead could sell in the many thousands.
Any more?
Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Glass up from Italy. Okay, now we've, just to let you know, yes, all these pictures are happening now. For those who weren't here earlier, the winners will be announced tomorrow at 1 o'clock in the closing plenary in the main hall. Commissioner Maria Gabriel will be announcing the winners along with Minister Nofer from the Austrian government. So at 1 o'clock tomorrow, if you're still here, be sure to come along tomorrow to the session there. At this point, let me move to the second and third last finalist for, oh gosh, I don't have my paper in front of me. Hang on, I get it now. Could I have the second finalist for this category? This is NIT, New Infrared Technologies, please. There we are. Please. Good to meet you. Thank you very much. You got your counter there.
Okay.
Green to go ahead, red to go back. Laser.
Okay, perfect. Thank you very much. Okay, thank you very much. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Arturo Baldassano. I'm the CEO of New Infrared Technologies, and I'm going to present to you Clamir, which was developed under the Masters project. Okay? Clamir is a system that improves quality assurance in additive manufacturing processes, in concrete laser metal deposition and cladding processes. For those who don't know what is additive manufacturing is a technology that allows to build 3D objects, adding layer by layer, different materials using laser or other melting processes. Cladding is also a technology similar to laser metal deposition, but in this case, it doesn't build any objects. What it does, it protects from corrosion different objects like tubes or different types of objects. What is happening with these technologies when the laser is constant, or even the laser is completely, it's uncontrolled, the manufacturing process can cause many different problems in the objects that you are manufacturing. So in this case, NIT have developed an innovative solution in order to control and monitor the process using a high-speed and cool infrared camera. In this case, what it does, our system, it adjusts the laser power in order to maintain constant the geometry of the melt pool. So it's using a real-time embedded algorithm and working at 1,000 frames per second. So the system, what it is, this one, it's placed on axis on the laser head. So it's controlling the whole process during all the time that the process is running. Okay. From the product side, in the development, NIT manufactures from the infrared detector through the electronics, the software, to a final system. The real-time embedded algorithm we have developed together with our research technological partner, IMEN. Okay. In the market, there is we can say there is no other technology based on infrared detectors. There is technologies based on CMOS cameras or systems. This is visible cameras, or even pyrometry solutions, but none of them are based on CMOS. At OSA, the Optical Science Association, Fraunhofer published a paper where it demonstrates the advantages of using infrared system versus visible cameras or even pyrometers. Well, from the client's point of view, we launched this product in July 2018, and we have already sold the first units to important customers like, Trumpf in Germany, or Hornet in the Netherlands, even in Japan to another company, Aichi Sanyo, or Masrotec. This is all machine manufacturers that they are starting using the product, and they will place it. And for final users as well, we have sold the product. We see a great expectation. This technology, as we were mentioned from additive manufacturing, are very important technologies right now, and it's going to be even more important in the future. So we expect a market growth very intensive in the next years. And just a few words about NIT, and what we do, we manufacture infrared systems and camera based on unique infrared detectors that are completely uncooled and having the capacity to doing mass production. Thank you very much for your attention. Well, this is from NIT.
Could you go back to the market potential? So how many units do you think you will sell?
Well, we expect from 2021 to sell around 700 units approximately, if we take this comparison. But we are already talking with important clients, machine manufacturers, that in the next year they will start acquiring number of 10 units, and next year we have already in discussion to buy and acquiring hundreds of units just for one machine manufacturer.
And what is the price point of one unit?
It's 20,000 euros. This is a public price. I can say the price for one single unit is 20,000 euros. It's quite affordable compared with other divisible systems. It's even much affordable, and when we talk it's affordable for the industry. This is a price very, very competitive that the market is taking quite well.
And I don't really know this laser deposition, metal deposition, but aren't they reproducing the same thing over and over again? Wouldn't they know what kind of settings they would have to set?
This technology is quite new, and it's really amazing. They have some systems, some machine manufacturers, they have their system. They are not based in image, and the process is not 100% controlled. That's the thing. And more, they need systems to control the process. But it's really amazing. I mean, they're selling a lot of machines. I mean, it's a technology that it's really important. It's going to be more important, but the technology has to be improved. And this way, the way to improve the technology, it's monitoring and controlling much more of the processes. In this case, we are just controlling the laser power, but there's other many different things that can be controlled as well, that we have expectation for next coming years in order the path of the laser and so on. There are other things that have to be controlled, and at the moment it's not controlled.
And your product is completely finished, developed, operational?
Completely. In this example, well, it took us a few years. This is the prototype. Here we did it as well in 3D manufacturing. This was the first piece, but it was made of plastic. It's important to differentiate between what is plastic, object that is done by plastic, or object that is done with metal. Here we're talking about metal objects that is more focusing to aerospace or the automotive industry or metallurgy and so on.
And
that's the prototype.
You can link it with any of the existing machine. Well,
it's compatible with most of the machines in the market that they are targeting to cladding or laser metal deposition. Yeah, okay. The system is very much compatible, and it's straightforward to plug and play.
But how about if those machineries improve themselves and have this type of a feature functionality component embedded in the machine itself?
They need sensors. I mean, the important thing from our side is that we're providing, in this case, the solution, the complete solution, and this is our target, but at the end, they're going to need sensors to build those systems. And it's demonstrated that high-speed infrared detectors are very appropriate for this type of detectors. So our target is not to sell the infrared detector, it's to sell the complete solution. It's also, if we're talking about the infrared industry, you need high speed, you need to be affordable, and you need to build in mass production. So all these components, these infrared detectors, they have all these characteristics.
Okay, and how about the competition? I mean, are you unique, or is there alternative ways to? I mean, I buy what you say about this infrared, but still, I'm like that. The developer of the machinery, why wouldn't they license, for example, this? And because this is kind of a complete solution of a complete solution.
The competitors we have, they are with another technologies, visible or pyrometries, but they are not able to see a whole picture. They just see a single point, for example, for pyrometries, or in the visible as well. They have other problems. They see above 600 degrees from the process. We start to see up above 100 degrees. And it's even when it's very high intensity, the visible system, they have more problems. So it's not very much accurate. So this is the advantage from the infrared. Okay. This is what it was placed here in this comparison.
There's no other infrared players? You're the only one using infrared?
We are the only one using infrared at the moment, yeah. Everything comes from building where infrared detectors manufacture, from building the system and the solution, and through the Masters project, we place it in the additive manufacturing technology. Mm-hmm.
And this technology, it's part of a bigger company, NIT?
Yeah, this the product that we release in July from this project. Yeah.
Is Clamir a separate entity, or is it just a product line?
No, it's the product name. Okay. It's the product name. We have another, for example, from NIT, another from laser welding. That's another system that also controls in real time the laser welding. When at the moment you're doing the welding using laser, this system tells you if the weld is well done or bad done. So in order to control in real time what to do. Because many times right now the factories, this is focused in the industry 4.0, the factories doesn't have real system in real time to monitor and control the production lot. So this is another system that we have developed through our infrared detectors. That are on the top, those are examples of just the infrared detector. Then comes the whole electronics and then the solutions.
Okay. Very impressive, thank you.
And how about protection? I guess you have quite a patent family, or I don't know.
Well, the technology, the infrared detector is patented. The system as it is not patented, but we control the detector that is embedded on the system, and we have designed the electronics as well, but the heart of the system is our infrared detector that is made by us.
And from the patent is from the date?
The patent is from the date 2004. Yeah, but it takes only up to 2024.
Yeah, I know.
But on that case, yeah, we have even sold to China and so on. Reverse engineering is very, very complicated. Yeah. And here you need really, I like to say it's like the Coca-Cola formula. You need to know really, really, really good what are the different components, how much, and so on in order to build the infrared detector.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Any more questions from the jury? You have what you need? Great. Round of applause, please, one more time for New Infrared Technologies. Well done. Thank you. Okay, and now third finalist from France, Orbe. The floor is yours.
Thank you.
Pointer. Green forward, red back, laser if you need it.
Okay, fine.
And I will start your clock over here.
Okay.
The floor is all yours.
Thank you. Hello, everybody. My name is Xavier, and I founded Orb 10 years ago with a project to create media that connects us to our environment, to other people, and involve our body in the experience. There is a huge concern in our modern societies, with children spending up to 70% of their time in solitary and sedentary activities. We all know that activities that involve the body and social relationships are far better for us. How can we change this situation? There is a big opportunity coming with the emergence of a new generation of experiences mixing digital and reality, like augmented reality, like connected performances, or like alternate reality games and others. And so with our team, we created and designed a platform to promote this new generation of experiences and to give tools to build them easily and fast. So Orb created this platform. This platform is a SaaS platform in the cloud. You access the platform from your browser. It's a very accessible tool. You don't need any programming skills in order to use it. It's as simple as Lego. You connect things together. And with Nodal Studio, the platform, you can fully express your creativity in order to produce a wide range of experiences. Our team has a very good experience in the field of situated media. We participated in 6 different research projects. We created up to 65 projects with museums, art centers, artists, and territories all over the world. And we also build tools for authors. And Nodal Studio is one of those tools. So we put all our expertise and experience in the design and the creation of this tool. Last year, we released the beta version of the platform. We also conducted 12 different workshops in art and design schools. We made up to 25 projects with the platform, produced with this platform. We also brought dance into schools with application to dance, an application done with Nodal Studio. We are proud of this project. And we also succeeded in gathering a strong community of beta testers around that. So the next steps to make Nodal Studio the leading platform for digital creatives are first to refine and finalize the creation tools. Second, to improve the interfaces for better inclusion. And third, and finally, to open the platform to a wide public waiting for it. So in order to roll back this sedentarity and to promote situated media, you can support us. Thank you.
Very punctual, bang on the 3-minute marker. Questions, jury, over to you.
So what has been your experience in this project regarding the engagement of the users? So is engaging the users in the platform, do they stay, do they keep their activity, or how long do you keep them? It's easy to attract them?
Yes, as platform users, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, what is the added value of the platform, in fact, comparing to other tools? First of all, I think the accessibility, because you can access the platform from the web browser, and the competitors are on all kind of software you have to install on your computer. This is the first step for accessibility. The second step is about the interfaces of the platform. There are two kinds of interfaces. There is an agnostic one, which is a nodal scripting tool. The name of the platform comes from this tool. And with this nodal scripting, you can do any kind of experience you want. And there are higher level interfaces, like a screen editor, like map editor, for better accessibility. And also, we offer a range of templates you can use to build very fastly your experiences.
But do you have any figures you can share? How many users you have in the platform? How many still active?
Sorry?
How many users you have in the platform from the projects, and how many are still active if they're still running the project?
The platform is not yet SaaS distributed. So we had some hundreds of users in the workshops. We also have more than 100 users for the beta testing. And so when we will open it SaaS, we will have a bigger amount of users. It's not yet. It's the next step.
And how do you make money?
Sorry?
How do you make money?
Yeah. This is a SaaS platform. So the first step is freemium. So with freemium, we don't earn any money. But the second step is a subscription. It's a monthly subscription. And so there are several steps for this subscription. The first one is not very expensive. It's around 10 euros. And with 10 euros, what we can do is you can create a whole project and distribute it as an app on the stores or as an URL. And if you want to make more projects, and depending on the bandwidth you use and also the storage, we adapt the fees.
So will there be a marketplace then of kind of ready-made components and that different users can sell their apps or kind of components, or kind of how do you manage the community?
How do I manage? Sorry.
So like, what are the transactions? I mean, are the individual designers who will buy the 10 euro per? I assume it's 10 euro per month.
It's a subscription, so.
Okay, subscription based, but will there be any other ways of monetizing it? Will there be a community and a marketplace where the creatives can sell their own products to each other, or how? I mean, like, what is then what are the next steps?
For the selling of the platform, you mean?
Yes.
Yeah. So the subscription is a main source of revenue of the platform, but we also sell the platform for companies and adapt it to their needs. It's like a PaaS system, if you want. And but on the subscription side, the offer adapts to the demand of the public. So the first offer for subscription offers many possibilities, and the other offers, the further offer for the subscription, are depending on what your specific needs are, depending on the kind of project you are doing, and depending on the size of project you are doing. because we have to adapt the fees to the costs. So the main cost of the platform are the infrastructure cost. It's bandwidth and storage. So we also have to take into account the cost of platform development, but the main costs are the infrastructure cost in the exploitation of the platform.
Okay, thank you.
Any more questions from the jury? No? Okay. Once more, thank you very much to Orba from France. And if I could have the final pitch of the day, the final in this category, the final from Romania, the Transylvania University of Brasov. The floor is yours, please. There you go. Free to go ahead.
Yeah.
Backwards.
Yeah, I think I'm good.
And yeah, you have your countdown over here.
Yeah. Hi, I am Anna Maria from Transylvania University of Brasov, and in the following 3 minutes, I would like to present our solution, artificial intelligence for privacy preserving. Oh, you don't hear, sorry.
Okay. Hold on, we'll stop the clock again.
No worries, it's fine.
Okay.
No worries. Sorry for that. So, is it better? I think it will work. So high again. So is it working? Interfere?
No, it should work.
It should work. So is it better?
Yes.
Okay.
Perfect. So our solution is artificial intelligence for privacy preserving digital twin. This is part of the project My Health, My Data, so Horizon 2020. Over the past few years, we have seen an increased interest for personalized medicine that could help doctors in making decisions. However, to build such solutions, researchers have to rely extensively on lots of patient data. This is where the problem comes in. How can a digital twin solution be built if raw data, patient data, can never leave the hospital sites? Where a solution, data anonymization. A proper solution, Cypher AI. Cypher AI is a framework that is based on, it's a cloud-based framework that uses artificial intelligence and homomorphic encryption and can operate completely on encrypted data. Moreover, it can completely mitigate the limitation of data anonymization when it comes to genetic data. The beauty of this solution is that all operations that are performed under the artificial intelligence model are performed as they would have been performed on raw data, but without actually touching the raw data. Sorry. So the main advantage of Cypher AI is that raw patient data will never leave the hospital sites. Secondly, compared to all existing products on the market currently, we can provide accurate results in real time. And of course, our framework is not bounded to medical data. It can be used in any domain that requires access to sensitive data. It is patented. We even received the Best Poster Award earlier this year from a conference organized by Google DeepMind. And we have prototype deployments in place into hospitals in Romania. Furthermore, we have seen a huge interest for this on the market. This is why we want to extend our pilots. Also, we are currently negotiating for further funding, private and public funding. This is basically because we want to reach a product level quality. Our team has been quite active in the research field in the past 5 years, also in national, European, and industry co-funded projects. So in the end, I would like to thank you for this opportunity and close with our statement issue, which is deliver a security and privacy preserving digital twin for personalized prevention, diagnosis, and treatment planning. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you very much, Anna Maria. Jury, over to you.
Yeah.
Oh, you need a microphone.
Sorry.
There you go, sorry.
you tell us a bit more in terms of traction?
In terms of
Traction.
traction.
Yeah.
So basically, you mean how can we evaluate this?
In terms of how are you getting this to the market and how is it being used?
So currently, for example, for those two prototypes, so we have this cloud-based solution where the hospitals will upload the data. But this is the very interesting part, that they don't upload the original data. So they encrypt the data on their side, they have the key, so they just upload on the cloud the encrypted version of the data. That encrypted version of the data is used to model, I don't know, perhaps something that can detect cancer, if we are talking about images. And the results are sent back to the hospital in the encrypted form. Only the hospital can decrypt the results.
Okay, I mean, so I get how it works. What about follow-up pilots, follow-up customers? How's your pipeline looking?
Yeah, so basically we are targeting companies that are manufacturing, for example, CT scanners or MRIs, that want to build or add intelligence in the system. Because usually when you build the artificial intelligence model, you need a lot of data. The problem is how you get the data on the cloud to build such models. So that's where our part comes in.
And do you have initial partners, or how's...
So currently we are negotiating with the company for this part. So we are negotiating with Siemens. So they want a solution to work with or to get the data from the hospitals and build
without violating GDPR, which is tough.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So now we come to the question, who do I trust? Who do I trust with my data? Should I trust the hospital? Should I trust you? Okay, you don't get me there because you get it in me plus a couple of my friends encrypted. Why would I actually trust a kind of a medical device manufacturer? I think this is kind of like I mean, like you're to me you're solving, you know, just one end, you know, but the whole thing is really about my data.
Yep.
I should be benefited from that. I should be taking the analysis that your algorithm is making the magic and having it with me when I go next time to somewhere else. So I try to now understand, like, what is it actually for the patient, other than that if I use this particular hospital, they are paying you for this service and paying for utilizing your data. But, you know, like, what about me? I don't want you to get my data, not even encrypted. I don't want to get my behavior or my disease to be given to you.
Yeah, so basically this is happening at the hospital side. This is where GDPR comes in. So you have to sign if you are...
Yes, but I don't, because why would I give it to you? I mean, I might give it to the hospital, but I need to know, I mean, according to GDPR, I mean, I need to know where it goes at the end of the day. And if there is like an MRI machines here that store my data for a while, and it's not explained to me, and that will, I'm signing it all for the benefit of you also, I want to get my share. I mean, so I mean, like, this is, I don't really get it. Why would I trust the hospital? Why would I trust you? Why I would just trust the medical devices provider if they are storing some data? Because if the idea is then to do personalized medicine, so that at the end of the day they would put it to me.
So I think this problem was and it will exist. So even with the data anonymization, we had the same problem, right? I mean, it's up to the hospital. So basically, the hospital is our client, for example. So it's up to the hospital how they deal with the data. In the end, they are putting the data on the cloud. It's encrypted, of course, so we don't get.
Yeah, it's a bit of a bigger debate. Yeah. I mean, who do we trust? Yeah. In China, they trust the government. Government has it all. And but I mean, like, we need a trustworthy payer. We need a my data operator. We need somebody who is not FAGA.
I think that's why GDPR is in it.
But you're using only the data from one hospital. So can you benefit from if you have two hospitals, like I think you have? So in order to have a better artificial
Yeah,
intelligence?
really good questions. So basically, if you are the hospital, you have your own key, right? So you encrypt your data, you have that key. Of course, that model that was trained and was using the data that was encrypted by that hospital cannot be used by another hospital that has another key. So, yeah. Because that's how we basically.
Isn't that then too? But is the sample then big enough to actually allow for the algorithm to actually learn based on the data from only one hospital?
So it's not the data from one hospital, it's how huge is the data set, right? So it's how much, let's say, can you get out from that data? So for example, if you want to build, I don't know, perhaps a model that can detect cancer in breast, right? So you have a lot of experience that you gathered along the years, right? That's how, for example, radiologists work. So they work by experience. This is what machine learning does as well. So it learns by experience. So having a lot of data gives the accuracy of the model.
But can you actually aggregate this data from different providers? You can't.
No, you can't.
You can't. Okay. And who's actually paying you then? The hospitals, or who is paying you for the technology you're providing?
So this was part of Horizon 2020. So
Okay, but but if you want to commercialize this, where does it go?
So this is why it's the negotiation with the company.
With the producers of medical equipment.
Yeah,
really.
exactly.
Any more questions from the jury?
Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Anna Maria, from University Transylvania of Brasov. Ladies and gentlemen, that brings it to an end. The pitching has come to an end now. What's left is for the jury, deliberations, decisions. That'll have to be done in the next hour before we go down to the Rat House for celebrations with everybody else at the special event. Can I use this? No? Okay, I'll keep using this. I want to just a quick round of thank yous before I let you all go. Thank you to Irsus and Merlin, who have been helping us with the supporting the innovators. Yep, there we are. Thank you. All right. Thank you to Euronews, who are covering this. They're going to be filming at the award ceremony tomorrow, and we'll do a 4-minute feature on the overall winner of the Innovation Radar Prize. I see Julian there from Euronews down at the back. I want to thank, of course, our fantastic jury. Can we have a round of applause for our jury here today, please? Ladies and gentlemen. I also want to thank, last but by no means least, the finalists who've been here today, who've been preparing and delivering excellent pitches about their innovations and their plans to get it out of the laboratory. Ladies and gentlemen, for the finalists, a round of applause. Thank you. So listen, thank you everybody. Don't forget, Rat House, special thing tonight. Get out there, have a great night. I will see you there. But first of all, we have to sit down with the jury. I want to hear what they are thinking. Who is going to win? Okay, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. Enjoy the rest of the evening. Bye-bye. See you tomorrow. And tomorrow, 1 o'clock. Award ceremony in the big room, okay? See you all there.